This is the Mariners POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Seattle Mariners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Man, for so long, even before this series started, before even the homestand ended, we hyped, or even the road trip began, we hyped this series as the biggest series in regular season, at least the last 25 years for the Seattle Mariners. And they just absolutely dominated the Houston Astros. And I said yesterday that this solidifies the changing of the guard in the American League West. I think today even proves that point to be more so. Because, man, the Seattle Mariners have officially swept the Houston Astros in a massive series win, not just a series win, a sweep. You could have easily lost this game and we'd feel totally fine about what happened this weekend. But no, the Mariners were not good with that result. They wanted all three games and they deserved all three games and they got all three games. Couple big moments in this game: JP Crawford, Victor Robles, Cal Raleigh, Logan Gilbert. We're going to talk about all of them here on the Mariners POSTCAST. Welcome in. Appreciate all of you hanging out with us. Apologies for my light that's blinking in the background. I'm at the iHeart Studios here as I'm working the Crackin game, the Seahawks game, my Seahawks POSTCAST. I got everything going on today, but I'm so glad to be joined by my good friend, Mr. Christopher Crawford. Tell me what this sweep means to you. Yes, it's here. Let's go. He throws. Don't scare your dog. Don't scare your dog.
No, she's already under my feet. She's good. Oh man, I could cry. This is cool. This is really cool. And man, you know what's really cool, Anders?
What's really cool?
I will have the video of my face of JP Crawford hitting that home run, and I can go back to it anytime I want. Anytime I want. For those who missed it, we did the Seahawks POSTCAST, or our squad show POSTCAST, and we were obviously watching the game, and Anders was a little bit ahead of me, and I was like, wait, did you see it? Yeah. And then I'm not going to lie to you. My shoulder hurts from the punches that I threw, and I kind of tore my collar on the shirt a little bit too.
Jeez.
And this sucks because this is my favorite shirt in the entire world. The
MVP. Yeah.
I love this shirt so much. And I love that player so much. And, you know, team stuff matters more than individual stuff. It just does. It does. It's a team sport. But when you get a team result like this and you get to see 58 homers from your most important player, that's extra cool. That's extra cool. And my question for everybody now is, and sure, there's 6 games to go, and I'm sure a lot of you, and even in the back of my dubla oblongata, I am saying it's a Waterboy, or Waterboy. It's the Waterboy reference. It's wondering how the hell do they screw this up, right? How do you screw this up against? Did the Rockies lose today?
I didn't even look. I don't care.
They're either 71 or 69 nice games under 500, one of the two. And then you get the Dodgers, all that stuff. And
they won. They beat the Angels.
Good for them. Good. They're not on a long losing streak. So that's great to know that they're coming in playing hot and due for some cool regression. My question for everybody is this over? Is this over?
Is what over?
The division. The
division, yes. The division's over.
They have a 3-game lead with 6 games to go. That means if they play 500 baseball on a homestand, it doesn't matter what Houston does. It's over. It's literally, you cannot come back from that. I think it's over.
Yeah.
I think this is done.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to count my chickens because I can't eat chicken anymore. And it's very disappointing. And also because they're pretty far away from me, but I'm also not going to count them because what good does that do? Right?
Yeah.
But you're allowed to celebrate this too. You're allowed to celebrate. And Anders, I think you brought it up very succinctly and eloquently yesterday. The culmination. It's the culmination of the tides turning to the Seattle Mariners being the team that should run this division for the next decade.
Yeah, and this doesn't mean anything for the postseason, right? Winning these games doesn't guarantee you a win in the postseason or anything like that.
Of course not.
So, but this means that the Mariners are now the team to beat in the American League West. The Astros now know that. They just experienced it. The A's know that. The Angels know that. And the Texas Rangers know that. They know that the Mariners are now the team to beat. It is our time right now. And I'm going to say our because I'm not normally a guy that believes like fans are part of the team, but it's Seattle's time. And that's why it is our time, right? So, and this is something to celebrate, guys. I realize the season isn't over. The job isn't done yet. And you can still look forward and be like, and what you said about how is this team going to mess it up? I totally get that. This is okay to celebrate, okay? You just swept the biggest series that you have played in at least the last 25 years, okay? Yeah. That is a massive performance. Excellent job by Dan Wilson. Excellent job by these players. Excellent job by this front office. All of the above. You guys just did exactly what you needed to do. And now, guess what? You're going to reap the benefits because you're going to be coming home on Tuesday to an insanely excited Seattle baseball crowd ready to watch you clinch the postseason and hopefully the AL West within the next couple games. Well done, Vince Carter. It's over. It's over. It is over. And my God, does it feel good to do it against those guys, huh?
Yeah, there's also something about that too, right? Like there's something special about, and you know what? Whether you want it to be or not, it's also a compliment to the Houston Astros. Congratulations on dominating the division and really the American League for 8 years. And they still have a chance to make the postseason. They still have a chance to, if Framber Valdez starts pitching better, Hunter Brown, they can do some damage in the postseason. They're really going to need Yordan Alvarez back. Oh boy, are they going to need him back. But beating this team makes it more special. Beating the team that has dominated this division for so long makes it more special. I'm glad they clinched against and again, they haven't clinched. They have taken control of this against their rival. And it's a rivalry, folks. It is a rivalry. Oh, yes. Now you can say for sure it's a rivalry.
And you best believe the Astros feel that way too. It's not just 100%. One of those one-sided.
It's not a one-way thing anymore. No. This is not, and I'm sorry, guys, this is not Washington State. This is not that type of rivalry. It is, and it's not Oregon-Washington, where Oregon has dominated Washington for so long either. Now this is two teams that have, the Mariners can't match the Houston success, but these are two teams that clearly have something, clearly do. And I guarantee you, I'd love to watch the Locked On Postcast for this Houston Astros or whatever show they do to see how they're reacting, because they're going to be pissed. They're going to be furious. They don't like the Seattle Mariners, and I don't want them to like the Seattle Mariners. Why would you want them to? Why would you ever want that? This is a perfect thing right here. David Hodgson, this is 2010's Seahawks 49ers. Bingo, bango, bongo. Perfectly said. Man, this is fun. And this is every out, Anders, had me just on my tookus. It was so hard. It was so hard not to have a panic attack watching this stuff. And now you get to breathe a little bit. Now you do get to breathe a little bit.
I'm going to say something, and I want to know if you agree.
Okay.
This is the proudest I've ever been as a Mariners fan in my entire life.
Oh, that's
I'm 28 years old.
Yeah.
Born in 1997.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really aware enough for 2001. And I get that 2022, you ended the drought. And you won a postseason series. but this is the proudest I've ever been since as a Mariners fan. And the Mariners were my first love as a sports fan here in Seattle. Is that fair to you in terms of my lifetime?
I'm so glad you used your term, and I'm so glad you used the term lifetime, because it should be for you. 95, 97, 2000, 2001 is still me, right? Because number one, they were so god awful, and they were bad for a lot of your existence too, Anders, right? This is the biggest moment to me for you where you should be the proudest of your life. But I was thinking about this the other day, and I was actually thinking while I was taking a shower, and please don't get any visuals from that, but I do that a lot. I start thinking about stuff, and
you think about things in the shower. It's the way it goes.
I constantly have inner monologue. It's why I struggle to sleep. Anybody who can turn the brain off, I'm incredibly jealous of. This has been a lifetime for me of bad baseball for the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, same.
I have seen good baseball in my life, but I have lived a lifetime of bad Mariner baseball. Those years from 18 to 42, and I turned 43 in March. I'll let you know what you guys can get me. Probably just some Etsy witches or something like that. But I've lived a lifetime of not being very proud of the Seattle Mariners, and sure, it was fun when they were good when I was a teenager. It was great. This is so different. It's so different when you reach, because Anders and I are different ages, but we're not really different ages, if that makes any sense whatsoever. We are in, once you get past 25 and until you get to about 45, you're kind of in that demographic for me. This is the proudest I've been in for the Seattle Mariners in my lifetime of being an adult. And I think it's the proudest that you should be in your life of the Seattle Mariners.
And I know a lot of people are saying that the 95 team, a lot of this wouldn't have happened without them.
I'm
not saying this is the most important moment as a Mariners fan. I'm not saying this is the biggest moment or the pinnacle or anything like that. This is the proudest I've been. This is the best I've felt about my team since I have been alive / aware, right?
You were -2 when the team was saved, Anders. You were -2. You were 6 years old when they won 116 games.
I was 4 years old.
4 years old. That's right. Yeah. I put you into 95, even though I just said in 97 that you were.
No, it's all good.
That's you can't relate. You can't relate. You just can't. 95 was special. 97 was special. 2025 has a chance to be the most special year in Seattle Mariner history.
I'm going to let that just sink in for everyone real quick. Say that one more time, Chris.
95 was special. 2000 was special. 2001 was special. 2025 has a chance to be the most special year in Seattle Mariners history.
I could not agree more. And that's why I'm savoring every moment right now. Guys, the Mariners are 14-1 in their last 15 games. What?
Yeah, that's insane, dude.
At this point in the season, against those teams?
It's so insane.
The boys are playing the best baseball of the year at the perfect time.
And real quick, I know we got to get into ads and all that stuff. And we want to get into ads because we're super grateful for our sponsors. And, we've got a lot to talk about still. If you want to be real negative, you can say, what if they would have played like this in the beginning of September or the middle of September or whenever the hell that was?
Baseball season works.
But that's not how usually baseball works at all, right? You have to take the bitter with the better. Every once in a while, you get 116 and 46. Every once in a while, you get 62 and 100. But there's usually ups. Everybody wins 60. Everybody loses 60. It's what you do in those other 42. And the Seattle Mariners have done a really good job in those other 42.
Yeah. I struggle for words for this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the game on the other side of the break real quick. Let's give some love to our sponsors. Really appreciate everyone hanging out with us today. If you're new, this is the Locked On Mariners postcast. You get daily content with Ty and Colby with Locked On Mariners. They kind of take a bigger picture look at the Seattle Mariners day by day, Monday through Friday. They do some special episodes here and there as well. And then Me and Chris are the postcast gurus. We go live right after every single Mariner baseball game. By the way, in the chat, I threw this idea out there. I want to know what you guys think. How would you guys feel about some watch parties? For not just this week's games, but possibly during the postseason as well, where you can watch the game on the TV, but then have me and Chris and possibly Ty and Colby as well on the side, reacting to every game or every play with you guys. Let us know in the comments what you guys would think about that as we kind of mull that idea over and how much interest there would be within the community. We want to experience every Mariner baseball moment with you guys live in reaction time, not just after the fact. So that's kind of my thinking process there. Appreciate you guys. Just let us know your thoughts in there, and then we'll kind of relay that to the powers that be, so to speak. Yeah. We'll be right back. We'll talk about this game, but I want to know what you guys think about that. We'll be right back. We'll give some love to our sponsors, then we'll kind of talk about the offense, Logan Gilbert, all that fun stuff here on the Mariners Postcast. Caffeine just got a flavor upgrade. 5-hour energy shots deliver tasty caffeine in 17 bold flavors. Each 2-ounce shot packs the caffeine of a premium 12-ounce cup of coffee, plus B vitamins and nutrients with 0 sugar and 0 crashes. What I love most is how portable they are. Big taste, tiny shot. You can take it anywhere and get that boost whenever you need it. Guys, it's so much better than coffee. I can't even explain it, because coffee, you get that acidic feeling. It doesn't sit well in your stomach. You get crashes later. It's not super healthy for you. 5-hour energy is so much better for you, and just in terms of your gut health. It has vitamins involved in it as well. No crash later. You don't feel like that come down from a caffeine rush later in the day, which I feel constantly whenever I drink coffee. And it's so much smaller, quick little shot of caffeine, boom, you're good to go. 5-hour energy is the way to go. Enough with boring, flavorless caffeine. It's time to give your caffeine a flavor upgrade with 5-hour energy shots. Get the flavors you love, or get the favorites you love, or be bold and try something new in store and online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon today.
This episode is brought to you by Zippix. Whether you're looking for a nicotine satisfaction or an energy boost, Zippix has you covered with their nicotine and caffeine-infused toothpicks. For nicotine users, Zippix provides a discreet way to satisfy cravings and the hand-to-mouth habit without vaping or smoking. Zippix can be a helpful tool as you work to reduce your dependence on vaping. It's available in 6 great flavors with 2 milligram and 3 milligram nicotine options. And if you need energy without the crash, their caffeine toothpicks are a game changer. What Anders was just saying about coffee, same thing with cigarettes, right? You know, I don't smoke, but I've talked to a lot of people who do, and they feel miserable after.
Oh, there goes Chris Crawford's Wi-Fi. I'll open up the Zippix there. It's one of those where if you're into the smoking,
locked on. Did I freeze there?
Yeah, you did. You're back though. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Well, go to ZippixToothpicks.com. Use code Locked On for 10% off your first order. Must be 21 or older to order. Warning: nicotine is an addictive chemical. That's ZippixToothpicks.com. Promo code Locked On. Zip more, smoke less with Zippix toothpicks.
Most people can't name all their financial accounts, even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's where Monarch Money comes in. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or on your phone. It's built for people with busy lives, guys. If you put off organizing your finances, Monarch is for you. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money, whether you're into that stuff or not, without even touching a spreadsheet. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's a 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONMLB.
Somebody suggested that I swallowed a toothpick. That's very funny, by the way.
Hey, it would have been better than smoking, Chris Crawford.
It's Shelton, Washington doing its best to remind me that I live in Shelton, Washington. Sorry about that, guys.
Welcome back to the Mariners Postcast. Anderson Nurse, Chris Crawford with you. I really appreciate everyone that's in the live stream with us. If you're listening after the facts, thank you so much as well. However you're consuming today's episode, thank you so much. We go live right after every single Mariner baseball game. So if you want to tune in right after the game and get immediate reaction, you know the place to do it. Locked On Mariners YouTube. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Chris Crawford, there was a game that was played today, believe it or not. So let's talk about what happened. Logan Gilbert was nasty. Cal Raleigh hits number 58. JP Crawford hits a grand slam. I mean, there's just the guys just continue to get it done, huh?
Yeah. It was a really impressive effort. And I know it gets a little closer at the end, but
sure,
it's similar but different to last night's game, where it's one of the reasons you build a big lead is so that those things don't matter at the end. Those things don't end up playing as big a factor. Logan had to battle today. The splitter was really good. The command was not. He was not locating anything else. And the Astros were kind of sitting on that splitty. So the fact that he was able to give you 6 innings of 1-run baseball, when I don't think he was feeling 100% either, it didn't look like he was at his best, but he did a great job. Just going through the bullpen real quick. Caleb Ferguson wasn't great. He also shouldn't have given up the run. That was a horrible non-strike 3 and strike 4 called on Jose Altuve on that run scoring single. Carlos Vargas gets the big double play, gives up the homer. Again, we don't want him in high leverage situations. And then Matt Brash looked a lot better than he has lately. So that was really, really nice to see. The pitching did a nice job tonight. Giving up 3 runs in Houston is a very good job by your pitching staff.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just Caleb Ferguson wasn't great, but it's one of those where who else do you want? I mean, no. You can't be using your big time arms. Obviously, Munoz isn't available. Obviously, Bizardo isn't available.
Yeah, definitely not.
Fire's probably not available as well. So it's one of those where it's like, yeah, you're up 7-0. So you got to use someone here. Sure. I'm fine with it. And again, that is why you build those leads.
100%.
Not playing 1-run games is finally paying off for the Seattle Mariners at this point in the season. Sure. You have some room for error, which is great to see.
Yeah. And that is also why, and I won't lie to you, when it was, I believe, 1st and 3rd with 1 out and they brought in Vargas, I did have a kind of, oh no, why is this what happening? Well, no, it was actually really good managing from Dan Wilson to go back to a non-high leverage reliever. I have to assume one of the reasons we don't see Hancock pitch in this thing is because they're saving Hancock in case they need him for a start against the Rockies. That's my personal guess is why you're not using Hancock in those types of situations. But great pitch from Vargas to get that tailor-made double play. Tailor-made. And he gives up the homer the next inning, and that's frustrating, but 7-3, right? 7-3. You're still up by that grand slam that we always talk about being a big deal. And last night it almost ended up being a big deal, but no, it wasn't. And obviously you don't give up one today because you only give up 3 runs. But I thought the pitching staff did a nice job today. It wasn't perfect, anywhere close to perfect. But when you're not at your best and you hold a still pretty good Houston lineup in a tough place to pitch to 3 runs, I think you're doing a pretty damn good job.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the offense a little bit. You get a good the walk from Victor Robles.
I loved it.
Just another perfect moment from him personally. He gets a sac fly yesterday and the walk today with the bases loaded. Just 2 professional at bats from him. Obviously, his big catch last night was the moment of the series, but a reminder that he could still get it done with the bat as well. But JP Crawford, man, that
can't overstate it.
No, you can't. And I realized that I even went into today almost not thinking today mattered, to be honest. Thinking like, hey, we already won the series. I've done everything I need to. I am okay if the Mariners lose this game. That is not how the Mariners went into this game. They smell blood. They are out for it right now. And JP Crawford's one of those guys. He's been a leader in this clubhouse for a long time. And I swear the percentage of JP Crawford's home runs that come in big moments is a greater percentage than anyone else in baseball.
It could be, because the only two I can think of right now are massive home runs.
Yes.
The home run, the walk-off against Texas, and that one. Yeah, it was a great swing on, you were facing George Costanza, and that's a guy who's pitched okay for them lately, but that's a guy that you should beat up on, and they did beat up on. And what I loved was the add-on after 5-0.
Yes.
Right? The add-on, because I believe right after that, Randy Arozarena pokes a single into center field, and 58
guys.
58
every time, like we've done it the last like 4 or 5.
We're gonna keep doing it. And he's gonna hit 4 more, so get ready for it. Right? Get ready for it. He's gonna get to 62. I'm just calling it right now. He's going to get to 62. Nostradamus predicted they'd win the division a couple of weeks ago and didn't feel great about it. Nostradamus predicted that they would be the top seed in the American League. He's wrong about that, but they're going to be the 2nd seed in the American League, and that's pretty damn cool,
I don't
too.
think it's out of the picture that they're the number one
I do, just because of the fact that Toronto has the tiebreaker. They have 90 wins now. Seattle would really need Toronto to screw the pooch. I don't know if that phrase is acceptable or not, but they would need something bad to happen from the Toronto Blue Jays.
And let's be honest, the difference between the number 1 seed and the number 2 seed is not as great as the difference between the number 2 seed and the number 3 seed.
I'd rather be the number 2 seed. I don't want to play the Yankees. I don't. I want to play the Yankees in the American League Championship Series. I do not want to play them. I want to play Houston, Detroit, or Cleveland. That's who I want to play.
Absolutely.
All due respect to those teams. Talented teams. You wouldn't know it watching the Detroit Tigers playing right now, but they are a talented baseball team. I don't want the Yankees. I don't really want the Red Sox. There's a history there. It's in my head. It's entirely in my head. I've seen how not great this Houston Astros team is. I've watched the Mariners play pretty well, even losing a couple of games in Cleveland. Watched the Mariners beat the crap out of the Detroit Tigers, and have watched everybody beat the crap out of them. I'd prefer the 2 seed. I'll take what I can get. But it is something that I think is pretty interesting, that the 2 seed, I think, has a significant advantage over the number 1 seed right now.
Yep. Mariners win this one 7-3 and sweep. Yes, you heard it. Sweep the Houston Astros to win. Obviously they got the tiebreaker for the AL West last night. They now have a magic number of 3 for not just the postseason, but for the division crown as well. A combination of
the number 2 seed.
Yes. A combination of 3 Mariners wins / 3 Astros / Detroit losses. At
correct.
this point would be enough for the Mariners to win the division. Obviously go to the playoffs, win the division, and get a first round bye. Man, that is everything you could have hoped for at this point in the season. They put themselves in a great spot. We'll be with you guys. Mariners have a day off tomorrow. Look out for more Ty and Colby content. I think they're going to come out with an episode later today, kind of both reviewing this whole weekend as a whole and previewing the next week ahead, who the Mariners should be rooting for in certain situations, stuff like that. We will, of course, be with you after every single Mariners baseball game. The Mariners Postcast, myself, Anderson Hurst, Christopher Crawford to my left. Again, comment, chat, however you want to do it. Let us know if you guys want a watch party. We've been floating around the idea of a possible watch party where myself, possibly Chris Crawford, possibly Ty, and possibly Colby as well, a panel of 4 guys reacting to every single Mariner moment with you guys, so you can have it on in your separate screen. Obviously, we won't be showing the game on YouTube, but reacting to it with you guys. I think it's a great idea. I want to experience all these big moments with you guys. Let us know what you guys think in the chat and in comment section as well. Any last words, Chris Crawford, before we hand it off to Ty and Colby a little bit later today?
Just just real quick, appreciate this. I know there's a lot of things wrong in this world. There's a lot of things wrong with the Seattle Mariners and yada, yada, yada. And it's okay to be skeptical, but appreciate this because these don't happen all that often. It does not happen all that often. So when you do have opportunities like this, enjoy it. Go to the games if you can. Spend time with your family and watch these games. You never know. You just never know. So appreciate it.
Really quick unsung hero, just because we do it every day.
I'll go with my unsung hero I'll go Carlos Vargas. Great job getting that double play. I know he gives up the run, but to get that big out after yesterday was so bad. I think he's the unsung hero.
I'm going to go Victor Robles, mostly for his offense. That walk with the bases loaded was huge, kind of set the tone with everything. So big time from him there. We'll talk to you guys on Tuesday. Thank you so much. Look out for, like I said, look out for more content. We got you guys covered through the entire stretch run, through the entire, hopefully, playoffs at this point. We'll talk to you guys then. Have a good one. Peace.
Bye-bye.